Hi guys, Edie Lily here, and time for more makeup and movies. So today's movie is going to be To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, which is a drag queen road trip movie, which I'm surprised there's more than one of this genre. I figured with all the RuPaul Drag Race I've been watching, this would be a perfect thing to do. And then I will be using the new products I just bought from Ulta, so let's get this started. First thing is I'm going to be clipping back my hair, and I'm going to start with Born to Glow, the liquid illuminator from NYX. Oh, and I've got to take off my glasses, so I'm not actually going to be able to see anything I'm doing. The movie stars Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and John Leguizamo as three drag queens on a road trip to California. Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes play two older, more experienced drag queens. Vita, played by Swayze, and Noxzema, played by Snipes. After winning a drag queen pageant, they are heading towards California, and they meet this basically fairly new to the scene drag queen named Chi-Chi, played by Leguizamo. Next product is my Misha Magic Cushion Foundation, which I will be putting on with a beauty blender. So Swayze, after finding Chi-Chi in kind of a upset state after losing the drag competition, or drag pageant really, decides to sort of take her under her wing, and they take her with them to California after trading in their prize tickets that they got from the competition for money to buy a car. And they end up buying this beat up old Cadillac that, while very stylish and pretty, is not road suitable, especially cross-country road suitable. There's a few little shenanigans they get into where they stay at a motel a bit in the middle of nowhere, and they get mistaken for female basketball players, which they're okay with because there was a women's basketball convention going on. Next is my Superstay concealer from Maybelline. Get that all over your face and cover up all those little spots that I've been getting because I had tried something new in my skincare routine and it was not a thing my skin liked. At one point they end up in a place in somewhere in America. The parts of America I don't want to go to, where they use words that I do not approve of and would not like to use for people of certain ethnicities. And Swayze almost gets assaulted by a police officer named Dollard, but his badge says Dullard, and that's what he kind of is. So now that I've got the base all set up, next is going to be my contour, which I will be using the Jelly Pong Pong Caribbean Sun Bronze Duo. Why am I looking in the viewfinder? I can't see the viewfinder. After Swayze almost gets attacked by a very prejudiced police officer, just doing a bit of a light contour, who they think they killed, but he didn't actually die, he just got knocked out like a little bitch. And also my nose. They end up in this little place called Snydersville because their beat up Cadillac breaks down. And this is the real meat of the movie, is the adventures they have in Snydersville. They sort of end up doing this sort of drag queen fairy godmother thing for the whole town and start changing things for everybody. They help set up this one young girl and this guy she's had a crush on, who was almost gonna go for Leguizamo, but she turned him down because he wants someone who can be honest, and there's kind of a big secret for Leguizamo that would probably be a would ruin things. There's some things that don't age so well in this movie. They get certain people in the town to start acting more like gentlemen. The only non-white man in town actually finally gets the courage to start to try and ask out the woman he's been interested in for years, who owns the cafe that he works at. Another big kind of meaty part of the movie is this one woman who's dealing with an abusive husband. Those parts are kind of difficult to watch. Actually, one of the issues I was having was trying to watch this movie because I'm so used to bad things happening in comedies. I'm one of those people who, like, I can't stand, like, you know, those misunderstandings or those communications that's like, oh look, shenanigans. But that never happens in this movie because people sort of realize that these three are drag queens, except for 2 teenagers, but they're teenagers. And they're dumb teenagers. Alright, I've got my contour. Next is I am going to go in with my L'Armentier powder. The one that everybody has. I'm not really gonna bake my face, I'm just going to put powder on. Yeah, I was always worried some kind of the other shoe was gonna drop, but it didn't, thankfully. But while they're in this town, the cop that they didn't actually kill is looking for them for vengeance because they embarrassed him. So you see him going around comparing this sketch he had done of Patrick Swayze's character. It's kind of ridiculous. Actually, one of the best scenes is the scene where he's talking about, like, he's trying to go on a rant about gay men, and it comes off as kind of comes off as closeted. The way he talks, it gets kind of homoerotic. After that, I am going to start on my eyes. So we're going to start with my Revolution palette. And we're going to take this shade Platonic and put it on the lid. This is going to be a very soft kind of look, since I like my romantic, soft K-beauty kind of makeup. After that, we're going to go with this shade for the crease. They sort of also learn things from these people, like, so Wesley Snipes' character, Nazima, actually connects with this little old lady who hadn't spoken or responded to anybody ever since her husband left her, but they connect on their love of old movies. Swayze connects with, of course, the woman who's dealing with the abusive husband, and Leguizamo connects with this boy named Bobby Ray who gets a big crush on her. So there's some things about this movie that don't age very well, especially with the regards to gay men versus gay men who dress in drag versus transgender women. There's a lot of old terms, but they're not trying to be offensive. This was the 90s, and these were the terms that they used, and things about gender and identity have evolved since then. And even the drag community itself has evolved. Given that I've only ever watched one season of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I've only ever been to one drag brunch, I'm not going to comment too much on that because I'm not someone who knows very much about the history of and the evolution of the culture. Next, we're gonna go with a slightly darker shade. I'm thinking this one here. No, actually I'm gonna go with this one here. And we're gonna put that just on the outer V. Maybe bring that along the lash line. But yeah, I love that in this comedy, there's never any like big scenes like those are actually men, except for like the one bad guy, the one antagonist. But by that time in the movie, everyone in the town already knows who they are, and so it's really not that big a deal. Next, we're gonna go with some white eyeliner under the eye. So one of the funny things is the way Swayze's character comes off is more like a transgender woman than, say, just a plain drag queen. I also, if they One thing I don't get is why they're all driving cross country in full drag. Especially with the dangers of one of the difficulties I had watching this movie was was very much worried about the various dangers of, no, right, I'm going under my eye with the purple and then underneath that a bit in the outer corner with the lighter brown, and then some glitter, cause gotta have that glitter in the corner. It was a fun movie to watch because once I realized that the other shoe was not gonna drop and they were actually just gonna have fun little shenanigans. After that, I'm going in with my new eyeliner from the Tarteist liner from Tarte in brown. Just gonna go very thin as I can. All right, and then I'm gonna use the pencil side for my under eye. Here we go. Okay, and now it's time for my cheeks. Wait, actually, now it's time for mascara. I'm going in with the Falsies Push-Up Angel from Maybelline. It has this very thin, one-sided brush, which I actually have been really liking. It's been a lot easier doing it than with like the big bulky brush where you're worried you're gonna poke yourself in the eye. And then also the lower lashes. There we go. Now it's time for blush, which I will be going in with the Benefit Benetint. This one is in Rose. I forget what color this is, but it's a nice sort of red color. Dab that on your cheeks and blend it out with your fingers. Maybe a bit on the nose. It's got this very nice sort of flushed look. It works very well. And then for my lips, I'm also going to be using it as a lip tint. I'm going to be doing a gradient kind of lip. Right on the inner corner, and then blend it out. And there we go. And one more thing. Have to actually be able to see. So, I guess I'm gonna say my thoughts on the movie are that it was fun. As soon as I learned that it was just gonna stay a lighthearted comedy and wasn't going to veer into anything too serious. Given our times lately, I don't have any emotional ability to deal with serious. Oh, gotta fix the hair too. My hair is a mess because I tried to dye it brown and it did not come out right. You guys, have a good day.